Interior Seed and Fertilizer. I'd like to talk to you today about some basic plant care needs. Watering to start off with. Not every plant requires the same amount, some less, some more. As an example, cactus and succulent want a little bit less, and if you've got something in flower, they'll want a little bit more. Good rule of thumb though is to wait until the top 1 to 1.5 inches is dry. One of the worst things that you can do for a plant is overwater. So a regular schedule may not be the way to go. Just follow your plant's schedule and needs for watering. Some things that can come up from overwatering, aside from root damage, is propagating fungus gnats. They are sometimes mistaken for fruit flies. They resemble them. They're a little bit smaller, but they like to lay eggs in moist soil and standing water. So make sure that your top of your soil is drying out. Something that I really like to use is sticky sticks. They'll catch your bugs as they emerge out of the soil and their egg laying days are done. As well as water, fertilizing is a great key. We all need to eat. Different fertilizers available, cactus, and sometimes you want to go a little bit higher for citrus and evergreen type plants like the grapefruits. They really like that higher nitrogen. For things in flower, we've got some bloom food with a higher middle number, or you can use a basic all-purpose 20-20-20, just following label instructions. Aside from watering and fertilizer, you want to keep your plants clean, dust-free. I quite often will take my plants into the shower using kind of a warm, kind of a house temperature. And if you've got fuzzy leaves, you can use a soft brush. I like to use a soft natural paintbrush, works really well. And as you're caring for your plants, you want to watch out for some pest problems. Here we've got a little care station for your insect needs. You can also use the insecticidal soap for washing the plants. It's always good to give them a rinse off in between applications. Consistency is the key. Keep an eye on those plants. These little critters will propagate within sometimes 3 to 5 days or 5 to 7 days, depending on the varmint. Watch for under the leaves. Sometimes you'll get spider mites that'll discolor the leaves. You can see little white fluff that may indicate mealybugs. Or watch for new tender growth to have potential aphids on them. So we've got a couple products for those guys. Soap Endol has a little bit of a kick to it for those harder to get spider mites. Some other general care, you may want to pinch back some plants or propagate them, in which case you can always start some new plants with rooting powder or gel. And for taking your cuttings, your binding ones, you can just pinch them off, or using sterile equipment, just keep a little bit of alcohol on hand just to keep from cross-contaminating. Look for little root nodes when you want to do your cuttings into fresh soil. Some people use water. I like to go into sterile moist soil, create a little greenhouse effect with a bag or a dome. Some more of your plant care regime can involve repotting. General rule of thumb is to not go too big, just maybe an inch bigger than the pot that it comes in, and being careful not to use outdoor soil for indoor plants. Make sure you're using a sterile indoor potting soil. Having good drainage is key for a healthy plant and root system. You'll be able to tell when it's time to repot when you'll see the roots either circling around the pot or coming out the bottom. Then it's time, go ahead. With our longer days now, we can start thinking about repotting our plants and getting them in the shower and giving them a nice clean start to the growing season. Thank you for joining me today with our houseplant care video. And if there's anything else you'd like to see, drop us a note on Facebook or pop in the store. We're getting excited about more seeds coming in and gearing up for firing up the greenhouse. We're going to have lots of plants and seeds and things growing in here. We've got some microgreens always on the go, and we'd love to talk to you. Come on down.